Hello again, everybody, back with another video. This time I'm going to talk about, let's open the Freemasonic curtains. And here we go. I'm going to talk about a Freemasonic Iranian pantomime. Now, I assume quite a few of you have watched some news. I don't watch much, but I have to keep an eye on what's going on so I can make these videos. But you've probably seen the nonsense coming from Iran. And on the left there, we've got one of our main jesters, Freemasonic puppet Trump. And on the right, we've got this guy that was allegedly assassinated, Qasim Soleimani or something like that. Both Freemasonic puppet actors. And I'm sure the guy on the right that's meant to be dead isn't. So let's take a look at some of the shenanigans that have been going on, shall we? So here we go. First, let's clear any doubt away that Qasim Soleimani is actually a Freemason. So here he is. Here, look at this. No mistake what that is. Yeah, here it is. Freemasonic handshake. And I think there's one going on back here as well. So Freemasons. So there you go. And he's smiling on this one. So clearly another puppet. And this was his alleged death. And this is where his car or whatever was hit by a drone. And this is from Wiki. And here's the location, 33 degrees, 15 minutes, 29 seconds north, 44 degrees, 15 minutes, 22 seconds east. Let's take a look at those numbers. We've got 33. We've got 15 plus 29 gives us 44, which is kill number. Kill is 44 in English. And we've got a 44. And then we've got a 15 and a 25, which gives us 37 for our hoax number 777. And look what you get when you plug Qasim Soleimani into a calculator. This is in Chaldean numerology, and it's 44 again. Look, 44s, a 33 and a 777. This is nothing but a hoax and a pantomime played out to scare you to death about World War III, fake nukes, you name it. But let's have another look. So I was trying to find a little bit about this guy. There's not much, but apparently he did an interview, and there were untold facts about the 33-day war. This was some Lebanese war with Israel. So here we go. There's our 33 from our Freemason. And you see quite a lot of people. The Pope does it, doing these hand signs. Now, to me, this is not any other symbol, but here we go, look. A Freemasonic gesture, like the hidden hand, but the hand is visible. And I've just called this one. Here he is, he's smiling, he looks less sinister. He must have forgotten to act and put his sinister face on. We've got two trios of Freemasons. Now, he was famous for wearing this ring. Look at this massive great ring. No other jewellery on, but the massive ring. And the reason why he wore it in all his photo shoots was because it was what was going to try and prove that he was dead. So this is in the newspaper, this is in the social media, it's all over the internet, this photograph. There's no age restriction, but there may be one put onto this video. But here we go, look, this is ring, therefore it was in the headline. It's Qasim, was spelled wrong, it's only got one S. Soleimani airstrike, ring from corpse identified Iran's top general. So there you go. That's why he wore it, because it was meant to show he died. And of course, he's a Freemasonic puppet and he's alive doing something else now. Here we go to a few photographs. This is after his death. How staged can you make that? A one-eyed symbol in your face or in Qasim's face, as it may be, but clearly a staged Freemasonic symbol there. And this is quite funny because the guy that's replacing him is called Esmail Ghani. Yeah, and you plug that into a calculator in Chaldean numerology, it's 33 for masonry. And here's a photo of him doing something that I find very difficult to do. He's doing the M sign. Some people say it's a 3, which it could be, or it's an M for masonry. And here's the guy on the other side of the so-called conflict, Donald Trump, pulling the same hand sign. And that is not just chance. That is difficult to do. Basically, these guys are in the same club, and the club is to deceive you and to pull the wool over your eyes and to get you scared. Okay, so Iran, after that general was assassinated, was kind of allegedly assassinated, made some airstrikes, and they did it against some US bases in Iraq. And they fired them between 145 and 245. Now, add all those numbers up, and guess what they come to? They come to 21 for 3 sevens for 777. And they fired 22 missiles, 22 being a key master number. Now, something else has happened in Iran recently, some very unbelievable occurrences. They've had one of their fake air crashes, and this time it was a Ukrainian passenger plane that crashed, and it had something like 176 on board, and they all died. But look at the code in this one, guys. Yeah, Ukrainian Boeing 737 with more than 170 people on from 7 countries. There's our 7. Ukrainian Flight Airlines flight PS 752, 7, 5 and a 2 gives us a 14 for 2 sevens for 77. Or we could say it's a 7 and a 5 plus 2 for 77. It was 6:12 local time, so we got a 6 and a 3 for 666. And among the victims, 82 Iranians. And you'll see later that they've accidentally shot it down themselves, which is another part of the nonsense. 63 Canadians. Why 63 Canadians would be flying from Tehran to some city in the Ukraine? I have no idea, but they were. And we've had the good old president of Canada on there as well. So 63, 3 sixes for 666. And also that after the 63, it mentions 11 Ukrainians. So there's a 6 and a 3 for a 9, and 11, 9, 11. There we go. And also right at the end, 3 Britons and 3 Germans put together, because that's our 33 code. So it's looking very fake. Now this is Sky News. It says 7 theories. 7. I wonder why 7. For a key hoax number about what caused the plane to crash. And this is the default video from Flight Radar 24 or something. And the default video on Sky News talks about a time at 2:41 a.m. for a 2 plus 4 plus 1 for a 7. It talks about its ground speed. This was at the taxiing at the airport, 33 knots. And look at the track is 16 degrees for a 7. So we've got a 7, a 7, a 33, and a 7. And people think that's a coincidence? No chance. And now we've got the crash site. We've got the usual crappy crash that we see. We've got great big aeroplane engines just sitting on the ground. No impact crater, no nothing. Just sat there taking lots of photographs. And of course, we've got the single slipper or the shoe. Here, the Masonic shoes is symbolic of a physical confirmation of a spoken deed or act. And I've added the Masonic slipper here just to highlight what that's all about. And we've got crash scene here with some of the main landing gear wheels. We've got this crash scene covered in people. And what I want you to do, and I've looked through every photograph, is find the seat of the aeroplane. Aeroplanes are full of seats. It's one of their major components, but there isn't one in sight on any of these. So let's have a look what we've got here. No seats. Here, no seats. Just rubbish scattered around. Here they're dragging a body, no seats, and look what we've got again. Look at this one, major explosion, major plane crash, and this boot lands in one of its most unstable positions, standing upright. So there's our single slipper, our Masonic boot or Masonic shoe again. Honestly, the symbolism, this plane crash is so bad. And here's some more photographs, debris scattered around, people not doing a lot. Find a seat. Where are the seats, guys? No seats. Body bags, no seats. So we assume the body stayed intact and the seats vaporized. That's all I can suggest from that. Here we go. And if people want to say, well, there were aluminium frames, they melted and the fabric burned, that doesn't stand up either, because there's big areas where there's no fire. There would be seats there. There we go again, look. Body bag, body intact, no seats. No seats, no seats, no seats. Now this is interesting. These are the bodies. They've laid them all nicely out. And if you look, there are about 3 to 6 bodies across. And there's about 30 rows of them. So that's around 165 if we take an average of 5.5 bodies per row. Here we go, look. So that means that they're finding the bodies completely intact, yet the plane's disintegrated in bits, the engines are falling apart, but the human body stays in one piece. Come on, this is fake as anything. Now, leading up to probably yesterday, the day before, they were talking about the Iran plane crash. Western powers suggest a missile downed the jet. And what they're saying is basically that a jet climbing from a major international airport on a normal flight path, climbing through 8,000 feet, was accidentally shot down by the Iranian military. And let's have a look at some of the proof for that.
هواپیما آتیش گرفته. شهریار فردوسیه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. خدای خود کمک کن. زنگ میزنم آتیشش.
There you go. If you think that is proof, well, you're easily persuaded. Now let's go on. Now, this is just showing you the flight path. This is the major airport down here. And this big blue track is the flight that's been allegedly shot down. Well, look at all these flights that have flown the same flight path. They weren't flown. And you see a plane climbing, it's covered in flashing lights, it's obvious. And how can something that's climbing through 8,000 feet away from a major international airport possibly be mistaken for a hostile missile or a hostile plane? It's ludicrous. The story is a joke. And this is the photograph, and what I have to laugh is, in a lot of news reports, this is apparently the tip of a missile. Whether the warhead's here and hasn't exploded, God knows. It's a pile of shite anyway. But they claim that this could be a hoax, this photograph. Well, of course it is, because the whole bloody lot is a sodding hoax. Can't you see that, guys? It's a hoax. And here we go now. Iran admits shooting down Ukrainian passenger plane unintentionally. What a bloody joke. Major flight path climbing out of their international airport, clearly identified. These things have transponders that prove they're civilian planes, climbing out on a standard flight path, and they shoot it down. It's a joke. It's a fake plane crash. It's a fake missile. They're all in the same band. They're all being The script is being written by the Freemasons, and they're all acting it out for the media on televisions, phones, the lot, and people are buying this bullshit. It's a joke. Now, Iran, and certainly some of the major cities, are basically run by Freemasons, like every other country and capital city and everything. It's all Freemasonic. The pantomime that we're seeing is Freemasonic. And just a little bit to show you that. This is called the Siosi Pole Bridge in Iran, in Isfahan, in Iran. And it's a bridge famous for its 33 arches all along the bottom here. 33 Royal Masonic arches. So there's a celebration of Freemasonry, and you can't get any better than that. Built with bricks and stone. What more can I say? I can say a little bit more, because you've only got to look at the Iranian Parliament building. It's shaped like a pyramid, and each of these sides here has, it's basically got four sides. It's got this one, this one, this one, and this one, but this is virtually one side. But it's got 33 diamond windows in 3 rows here, and each side has 33 diamond-shaped windows. So there's a pyramid, there's diamonds, there's our 33, all in one symbol. And diamond, of course, is 33 in Pythagorean numerology. So this just shows you the control that's there and how fake all this shit is. And I found this interesting little fact that the Islamic Consultative Assembly, which is basically the Iranian Parliament, was founded November the 16th, 1906. That's 113 years ago. So they are in their 113th year. 11 by 3 is 33. So I wonder if that's got something to do with what's going on at the moment. Possibly. And something going around viral at the moment on The Simpsons. And The Simpsons clearly is Freemasonically controlled, and quite often they put things in there that happen afterwards and are predicted. But that's easy, because these people are part of the Masonic script that leads out many, many years ahead. The Masonic plan, what they're going to do, is done for years. But Simpson, of course, is 33 for Masonry in Pythagorean. Now, this could happen. It could be as an assassination based on everything that's going on in Iran. But if there is one, it'll be a fake one, just like the Kennedy assassination. So that's all I've got to say on this. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.